Hey everybody, it is Friday and it's that time again. It's me, Briana Bragg, founder of Vacation of the Mind, here with my friend and colleague Eric Montez from the Wellness Executive. Happy Friday, Eric.
Happy Friday. Went by quick. The week went by quick. I feel like I just talked to you this morning.
It sure did. I know. What the heck, man? It's like, we're supposed to be slowing down and taking a pause and resetting, and instead, I think the time is just speeding up, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's a good time for taking the time to start focusing on things for yourself. So I've been having a good time doing that and really just jotting stuff down, getting stuff ready, preparing because I think people are now ready to start and are building off of that. I think it's a momentum thing.
Yeah, I agree. We're finding our new norm in this
Yeah.
quarantine life. And
Mhm.
COVID challenge, as someone said to me earlier this week, which I'm totally stealing and adopting. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ari. I appreciate that. The COVID challenge. So today is the start of Mental Health Month. May is Mental Health Month, and I am really excited about that because a lot that we do here at Vacation of the Mind deals with mental well-being, which is a huge part of someone's mental health. And today we are going to be discussing how self care is a huge part of mental well being and mental health. And I understand you have some really cool exercises planned for us to talk about how personal touch can be a part of that exercise, nutrition, and kind of the whole package. But before we get started down that path, I'd love to start with a quote that I found. And I think it goes perfectly with where we are right now and launching Mental Health Month. I'm not even going to pronounce this name right. It's Anwas Nen. You can look it up. But she says, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. And that's so true, Eric. When we're in a certain state of mind, whether that's positive or negative, we tend to see the world through that lens. And so, how are you seeing the world right now?
It's all about perception, and you could dwell on the bad or you could focus on the good. And right now, I'm just really trying to focus on the good, really just looking forward, trying my hardest not to look back, because that's all we have right is right now and what we have to look forward to.
Yes.
And working with stress, I realize that's a huge thing is perception and how we envision things, what we install in our mind every day, and being able to do those meditation again, those 5-minute meditation techniques first thing in the morning makes such a difference in how my day is going to go and guiding my day instead of having to deal with the day. And I think that's so important for everybody to understand and just work on all the time. I think it's huge. I listen to, I think, I know you do, Brianna, too. We're always listening to motivated, inspiring people, and that's energetic. And I try to do that as much as I can. I try to, as much as I can, to avoid the news and really take the time to YouTube, podcasts, find people that I really enjoy, that have such great knowledge and energy, and feed off of them. And so I'm
Yeah.
constantly doing that.
And,
Yeah.
I think as this quarantine continues, it's really important that we remember those kinds of practices. I know for me, this has been a really emotional week. Yesterday, I started off the day with a little bit of a breakdown, and, I'm in tears and I'm crying and I'm releasing. And I ended the day with a bubble bath because I had just had my limit. I was like up to here by the time evening came, and I had no more emotionally to give. I just had to really give to myself and practice that self-care. And that's such an important part to our own mental well-being as we celebrate Mental Health Month, because you're right, perception is everything, but really taking care of ourselves and making sure that we're looking at life through the right lens and reducing the negative stimulus that's coming into us and increasing the positive stimulus really helps to
Yeah.
to help our perception. And so, I kicked off kind of my mental health month with a little bit of self care last night. I took a bath, I got out, I colored in a coloring book. I find that coloring is really helping me to reduce some stress.
Yeah.
Um,
And people, one thing, people that are alone, that's the people we really want to check in with. So, if you have somebody, check in on somebody that doesn't have somebody,
Yeah,
and today I want to talk about some things that if you're home alone and you're trying to find things to do, I'm going to talk about a few things that will help benefit, things that that I've seen work very well for people in being able to take care of themselves. One thing with a lot of stress too, if you're by yourself, you're worrying about other people. And right now I want to say this is the time you have for yourself. And to be a great caretaker, you have to take care of yourself as well, because you don't
absolutely.
want all that burden, all that weight on top of you. I've seen it personally as a therapist working with many, many people. I've been doing this for, so many years. And I tell people, and it's very hard. I know it's very hard, but take care of yourself. Now you have the time. And some of the simple things are, I'll start with my list from first thing in the morning. Get on with Briana, get that meditation going. Start it off right. Before you look at your phone, before you listen to the radio, before you go on Insta or on your social media, put Briana's podcast on, or just if you already have it memorized. I do myself. I sit down 5 minutes, just think about what my day is going to be like, what even my attitude is going to be for the day, because even that
Absolutely.
attitude makes such a difference. And if you want to stimulate that, first thing I tell people is get up and walk, get up and move. Go now that the weather's getting better, the sun is out, get yourself ready and take those steps outside. It's one of the best things
Woohoo,
you can do.
finally.
And boosting those endorphins, getting that good feeling energy into your body is key. It's one of the best ways to start your day. Hydrate yourself or get that morning coffee in, whatever gives you that energy to start the day. What do you
How
like to do
Well, before I ever get out of
yeah.
bed, I meditate. Absolutely 100%. I mean, I get up, I go to the bathroom, of course. That's like my first morning routine. And then I come back to bed and I put my headphones in. Some people like to lay down, some people like to sit up, but I have these two meditations that right now are just really getting me through, and they total almost an hour by the time both of them are done. And then typically, I listen to a gratitude meditation, which is almost 30 minutes, thanking everything in my house, thanking people in my life, just really opening up my day in being in that thankful mode. And then I have a wealth attraction meditation I've been listening to. And then I spend about 10 to 15 minutes of my own meditating, doing my own just stillness work in my mind. And then, yeah, I'm a big fan of having a green juice in the morning or a green shake. And I'm starting to incorporate some outdoor walks now that the weather is getting better in the morning versus just in the afternoon. We're really trying to get out there a couple times a week.
And on those bad days, remember, you don't need weights to work out or be active. If you go on social media, there's so many great things out there in body weight exercises. That's the one thing that I learned in the past month now, and in this quarantine is like, I started working with a trainer, and he's just like, let's just do body weight stuff, and it kills. You really get a great workout from
Yeah.
doing about 150 squats, or 150 push-ups, whatever it
I
may
don't know if I
be.
could walk after 150 squats.
But
Oh my goodness. Start
you
with
know,
20, everyone. No.
I never think I always want to tell people, don't think of things as a problem, think things as a situation, because there's
I
a
love
big
that.
mind difference in that when you think about it that way. Because if it's a problem, it's going to stop you right there and then. And then you're just going to dwell on that. You want to keep going forward. So making that mentality, think, okay, how do I get around this situation? This situation, okay, this is what I can do. And we find ways and we prevail. I think we all have it in us. We just
So,
got to dig down deep and find it.
so what you're saying is don't focus on how my legs are going to feel after the squats. Just focus on the squats
Yes,
themselves,
yes.
huh?
The one thing, oh yes, in exercise too. The one thing I learned is you actually have to fail to succeed in exercise.
I
One of my
love it.
best friends, she's a trainer, Amanda Graziana, and she installed that in me, and I never thought of it that way. You have to fail to succeed, and I really now put that in my life. And what I do is like, okay, it's okay if I fail. It's okay if I fumble my words, but I'm gonna keep going, and hopefully people understand and work hard on myself mentally and physically.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say about the body weight exercises. I've been doing some yoga with
Mhm.
shout out to Vanessa Raymond. She's been an incredible yoga instructor during all this time, and some body strengthening things that you can do at home. But yesterday I did a class and I was so excited because, I'm like holding my planks and I can actually hold my planks now. I'm starting to see
Yeah.
some tone in my arms, and like I can do the chaturanga pose without like hitting the floor and going, oh my God. So it's nice to see progress,
Yes.
couple of weeks of that exercise and getting into the mindset of telling yourself, like, I can do this, I'm going to do this. When you start seeing the progress in your body, you're like, oh, I want to do this more. This is awesome. So that can be a little
Yes.
motivation.
Yes. And with anything, everything is consistency. I tell that to everybody. So, if the more consistent you are, the more you're gonna see these results. It's like you don't just build a big giant wall. You try to make that one brick as perfect as you can, and then the next one and the next one, and that builds and grows. And I've seen in so many people and how much that helps them so much.
Yeah, that's so true. So let's talk a little bit more about some self-care practices that everyone
Yeah.
can do from home, even if you're alone, you're not getting some of that personal touch.
Yes, 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 yes. So big things are getting your mind prepared. You don't want to do things, you want to wind down. And this is more towards the evening, towards the end.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best times to start getting your body ready for the next day. It's huge. A lot of times we go into watching, Netflix and we pass out on the couch or on the bed, and it's fun every so often, but you want to get yourself prepped. Set yourself up for success, and you have to do that actually the day before sometimes. And I'm a huge fan, especially with your body. If you're not feeling great, you're not doing well, first start hydrating yourself. One thing that I see as a therapist is when people get stressed or tense, they tighten up and they start to decrease the amount of water intake they consume. On average, we lose 2.5 liters every day, no matter what. We're going to lose 2.5 through using the restroom, sweating,
Wow.
breathing, perspiring. We're losing that much weight. So if there's a benchmark you want to do, it's about there. But everything in moderation. You don't want to try to chug 2.5 liters before you go to bed. You're not going to sleep the whole night, I guarantee it. So work on that water intake as much as you can from the beginning. Keeping it visible is always going to be key, to have it right there and then. Grab it, drink it, sip on it. Hydrating will start to really make the body loose and limber. At night, I'm a big fan of light stretching. Just because if you think about it, you accumulate stress and tension all day throughout the day. You start with a walk, you go run, you stand, you're doing all this activity. You're cleaning something, moving your body. Might not be great mechanics, and a lot of times you'll feel that at night. A lot of times you feel those aches and pains. And so one of the best things to do is focus on those areas that you really like to work on. So I tell people, if you have one or two great yoga poses that you really love, that always feel like they loosen things up, start with that. 1, 2, 3 of those stretches exercise makes a huge difference. Because again, it's the consistency of doing it. So doing it every day at a certain time and building up will really make the difference. And then being able to take hot showers. I'm a huge fan of hot showers.
The
Um,
hotter the
the
better.
hotter the better.
Absolutely.
Hot
Like, can we
showers
get
or
that up
hot,
to like
yeah.
108?
And if you're taking a bath, one of the best things you can add to a bath is Epsom salt. Epsom salt baths are absolutely wonderful. Lukewarm to hot water. You want to put about 3 to 4 cups of Epsom salt. It seems
Oh,
like a
wow.
lot, but it's really great. Now you'll see them everywhere. Now there's a bunch of places in the city. I forget the names of them, but you can go there. But that's what they have is Epsom salt. What that is high levels of magnesium and minerals. And minerals are great because you absorb them in your body. If you don't take them orally, that's another great way to absorb them. It's one of the best things for your muscles. If you look at the vitamin magnesium, the first thing it says on there is muscle relaxant. Really the first thing on there. And I'll tell you the dosage there, what you should take. It all depends on the brand you buy. But taking that will calm the body down. Get the right mindset when you're in the bath. Do another meditation if you can. You can never do too much of meditation because, again,
Absolutely.
refocusing the mind, especially if you are dealing with some not mental, but some situations where your mind is going too fast or too much. That meditation brings everything to focus and what you should be focusing yourself, taking care of yourself, and being at your time, because it's out of your control sometimes, things that are outside of your control. And so the best thing you could do is take care of yourself, get yourself situated. And if you're dealing with aches or pains, you want to work on it and not wait till it gets bad or hurts, where a lot of people tend to want to do. And I say, you really want to start paying attention to your body. And now is the best time. Get in that bath, do the light stretching. And then after you're done, one of the easiest techniques, we all hold it in our shoulders, right? And we're all building up that tension from walking, carrying things, anything we put in our arms, anytime we're working arms, that tension builds up in our neck and shoulders. So in the shower, if you're in the shower, one of the best things is giving about 5 to 10 minutes into the shoulders. And Brianna, if you can't see me, let me know.
Will do.
But getting that water to hit in this region here and up here. Muscles are heat conductors, so they respond really well to heat. So the more you add to them, the more they're going to relax. That's why you're most flexible after you work out, because you got that blood circulating. The way you mimic that is in a shower. So once you get that in there, you can do it while you're in the shower. And what you do is you get back here and just light squeezing those traps, working yourself, just like that. Coming down. Bree, can you see me doing that?
I can. That looks amazing. Can you come over here next? I think I have a little tension in mine.
And squeeze it, and then we'll do one-handed one where you just squeeze and then stretch at the same time. Just like that. One hand, squeeze, and stretch out. Great thing to do is chin tucks. If we're on the computer all day, we're leaning forward all the time, that builds up. We're building so much tension here. The way you can stretch this back area here is a simple chin tuck. It stretches these tiny muscles back here. It's called the suboccipitals, and being able to stretch that really can alleviate tension back here. So if you have a lot of sinus issues, tension headaches, or migraines, could be one of the best techniques to start working on to minimize that or avoid it every so often. So working on those is really great. And for the people that are by themselves, one of my I'm gonna shout out to gravity blankets. Have you ever heard of those? The weighted blankets.
Oh, yeah, those are so cozy.
Those are really great. And if you're home by yourself, it's one of the best comfort tools out there. Get one. I forget what the percentage is. There's a certain percentage because they're pretty heavy, and they're very. It's a feeling of security. With my experience, I have a gravity blanket, but I know there's different brands out there that people like. But using those really creates a great comfort and security. So after you're done putting that on, just feels cozy, like somebody's giving you a hug and it's not even there.
I
So
love that idea, a gravity blanket. If you live alone and quarantine is getting to you a little bit, you're feeling the effects of the lack of personal interaction and touch, human touch, a gravity blanket. Wow, what a phenomenal idea. And
yeah,
self-massage.
yes,
Self-massage, that's some incredible. What are some of the benefits of self-massage, for someone who might be living alone or isn't having that personal interaction right now?
well, touch is great, and being able to decrease that tension in your body. Um, Again, our muscles only do one thing, and they develop. They're always building tension. So in order to release that, we actually have to consciously do it. So if we're constantly anxious and stressed, and all we're doing is constantly building tightness, we need to decrease that. Especially not right now with mental health and the situations that are going on there. We have the time to take care of ourselves, release muscle, release tension, because it's a snowball effect. It's a chain reaction in how we feel, our mental state. People that are in pain physically, it plays a toll on your mind because it ends up taking over. Working this is from experience working in rehab. Somebody that's in pain. Once you're in pain, physical pain, it's overwhelming, and it's what you are constantly thinking of, and it distracts you from a lot of things, and so it can really distract you from trying to be positive and stay positive. So it's a huge benefit once you can start to control that on your own and being able to do consistent techniques. There's so much information out there. You can go on my Instagram. I have a bunch of techniques out there that people can try, simple things. Right now I'm doing a lot of stuff that you can do from home. Again, you don't need any tools, nothing. Things that you can do every single day to make your life a little bit better.
I
So
love that.
yeah,
Another thing that I've been doing a lot of since we can't really hug people when we meet them, which is such a weird phenomenon, like we went to a park last weekend. It was beautiful. We got out. We went to a nature preserve. A group of us met up. We were
yeah,
keeping our 6 feet spread of chairs and hanging out a little bit. But so weird, like meeting up with people that and not being able to go give them a hug.
yeah,
And I think research shows that you need something like 10 to 12 hugs a day just to
yeah.
kind of keep your emotional well-being up. And so something I've been doing a lot of is giving myself a hug. Like
Love it. I
literally
love it.
just
Yes,
embracing myself. And so if
yes,
you are feeling a little lonely, you are feeling a little isolated, maybe you don't have a gravity blanket or you're going to order it and it's on the way, is giving yourself a big hug,
yeah,
and making it meaningful and really
yeah,
just kind of cozying in with you.
yeah.
Um, doesn't take the place maybe of human interaction, but it's a good place
I love
filler
it.
for the
I
time
love it.
being.
I love it. I love it. It's wonderful.
Awesome. Anything else that you'd like to share with everybody just about the self-care for mental well-being and emotional well-being?
Yes, it's you have to make it a priority. Nobody's gonna save you. Nobody's gonna do it for you. So unless you're taking the time to do it yourself, it's not gonna help. I mean, it's not gonna benefit you if you wait till you're in pain, or you wait till you're just chaotic and screaming or worrying about somebody in your family that you can't see right now. Take the time to have that good energy, so when you do speak to them or you FaceTime and whatever it may be, I believe that it can resonate. And even through social media and audio just like this, it comes out of you. Even when you're talking to somebody on the phone, you could tell when somebody's anxious or stressed. And so
Yeah.
when you yourself are in a good place, people feel that. And especially if somebody that's sick or ill, you don't want to send those negative vibes or those stressful vibes to them. You want nothing but positive, and that starts with you and taking care of yourself. So please make it a priority. We have time now. It's more than ever. It's a good time to start doing it and getting into good rituals.
Yeah, we're going to be back to work and back to the
Yeah,
office before we all know it, back to the daily
yeah,
grind of, pushing things out. I actually just wrote a blog about this on our blog this week
yeah,
about what are you doing with the time you've been given?
yes,
Like we're 7 weeks into this, which was so crazy to me to think about. I had a friend post on Facebook, we're day 4 of week 7, and I was like, whoa. It's hard to believe that we've been in this for 7 weeks, but it really kind of like jolted my system a little bit to think about what are the habits I've created in those 7 weeks and what are the habits I haven't created in those 7 weeks that I want to. And so, we're going to be in this for another at least 4 or 5. And so now it's really about creating the healthy habits. What am I doing with the time that I'm being given right now? I my whole life, I've heard people, especially those people that go to an office, say things like, I mean, I've worked from home for almost a decade. So,
yeah,
I'm a little different because I have some additional time in my day and I can rearrange my schedule and my calendar. But I've heard people, for my almost my entire life talk about, if I could stay home, right? If
yeah.
I just had one more
Yeah.
hour in the day,
If I didn't have to
if I didn't
commute,
have to go, right, if I
yeah,
didn't have to go into the office, and it's like,
yeah.
awesome. So now you don't.
So
Now
making that
you
mind shift, like you said, making that
exactly.
mind shift and saying, okay, I've been given this time as a gift, so how am I gonna utilize it? And I think that's
Yeah,
the
you've
best way to
got
look
your
into it.
wish list.
Yes.
You got the wish list. So are you just taking up that time complaining about the time at home and sitting in front of the TV and doing all this useless stuff? Or are you really creating healthy habits to help you get into a better mindset that you can then carry on as we even start going back to work and heading out of this quarantine? So yeah, I love that. Making the time for yourself. It's so important. And we have to have those conversations with ourselves. I know for me, I have to talk to myself. It's like, hey, listen, you can do this.
Yeah. So true.
You
So
got
true.
this. We're the only species on the planet that can change and shift our thoughts. That's pretty incredible.
That's
So
very true. I love that. Yeah.
acknowledge them, be aware of them, and make the time to create, even if you can't do it all, right? Maybe
Mhm.
you
Right.
can't do exercise and nutrition and
Mhm.
meditation and self massage, but choose one or two and start
Baby
there.
steps. Baby steps.
Absolutely.
It's all about baby steps. It makes a huge difference.
And repetition. So tell
Yeah.
yourself you can. We believe in you. We're here for you. We're excited to be sharing these tips. And, if you know someone who might be feeling lonely, might live alone, share this video with them. Tag them in the comments below. Share this video. It's a great way for them to have some tools and resources at their hands as well. Eric, people can find you at thewellnessexecutive.com, on Facebook, on
Facebook and
Instagram,
Instagram, yes.
and you're
And they can
offering some free videos.
yes, yes, my videos are on there. You can see me anytime and just, pull up and there's something you want to focus on, send me a message. I'm happy to throw it on there. I'm always love the spontaneity of somebody saying, well, I have this issue. All right, I'll throw it on there. So please always, my social media is always open for anybody that has any questions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here and for everything that you're doing for everyone during this time. It's just great to have partners in the community who are really out to help and
And,
help people get better.
and also having this station where people can log on and see you, and I love the consistency and the day, you're on, during the whole week, so you can catch you anytime. So it's really great to, get that attention.
Yeah, it is. You guys can catch me inside instead of outside. You can catch me inside 3 times a week. We were laughing. We were watching that video earlier this week. You got to have some laughs somewhere. So if you want a good
Yes.
laugh, catch me outside or inside is a really good one. Awesome. Well, with that, we are going to finish this segment in this Friday afternoon with a guided meditation. So I invite everyone to take a moment to sit in your chair. You can sit with your feet flat against the floor. Um, if you're not going to continue to tune in for the guided meditation, do just want to announce really quick, we launched a walking meditation today. One of our instructors, Kitty Coy, awesome guided meditation. So for those of you who can't still your mind or sit still or calm,
Yeah.
walking meditation is an active meditation, really cool way to still get into your body, feel grounded, release stress hormones, but do it in an active way. So you can check out our YouTube channel for that at Vacation of the Mind. And if you are staying tuned, you can just sit in your chair, feet flat against the floor. If you're lying down, uncross your legs, rest your palms by your side. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose and an exhale out of the mouth, letting the day go, letting the week go. It's Friday. We all have something to be happy about. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Beautiful. And one more of those, inhaling through the nose. Tongue out with a big sigh, exhaling out of the mouth. That's great. Just begin to bring your attention and awareness to this present moment as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Focusing all of your attention and awareness to your breath, resting a soft smile on your lips with a happy heart today as it's Friday and we're headed into the weekend. The weather in most parts of the country are beautiful. Little birds are out singing and chirping. It's a great time to spend the weekend in some nature, reconnecting to you, reconnecting to the earth. As you bring all of your attention and awareness to your breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, resting your tongue behind your bottom teeth, unclenching your jaw, softening the gaze behind your closed eyes, relaxing your eyebrows and your forehead, relaxing your shoulders and your neck. As you take notice to where you're breathing into, does your chest or abdomen rise with each inhale? And does your chest or abdomen full with each exhale. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Finding a moment here to let go of the day, to let go of the week, to tune into your body. How are you feeling today, physically, emotionally, mentally? What do you need in this moment? How can you give yourself permission to take what you need, to be patient with yourself, to be more patient with others? As you fully bring all of your attention and awareness to your breath. Remembering that we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. And when we're coming from a happy place, the world looks more happy. Just focusing all of your attention and awareness to your breath for a moment. Giving yourself permission to unplug, to pause, to rejuvenate. Bringing all of your attention and awareness to the darkness behind your closed eyelids. Should thoughts come in, you can thank them for being there and then just let them go. Bringing all of your attention and awareness to the darkness behind your closed eyelids. Finding the stillness that exists within. The stillness that we carry deep inside. And no matter what's going on in our external environment, we can always tap into the stillness within to find peace. I invite you to connect with that stillness for a moment, giving yourself permission to just be. And it feels good to let go and just be. Bringing to the forefront of your mind something good that happened from the week, something you are thankful for. Focusing all of your attention and awareness to this one thing that you are thankful for from this week. Sending it your love and gratitude. Seeing that love and gratitude coming right back to you, for it is thankful for you as well. Allowing love and gratitude to be the emotions that flow through you. Focusing that love and gratitude inward. Love for yourself, for who you are. Gratitude for this moment, for all the good in your life. No matter what chaos may be in the external world, just knowing that you are enough and everything is going to be okay. That self-care is a priority to continue your emotional and mental well-being. And as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, bringing your attention and awareness back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing movement back into your body, giving yourself that big hug. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for taking a vacation of the mind today. Remember to make some time in your schedule this weekend for a little self-care, some time for you. Eric, we'll see you in a week. Until then, have an amazing weekend and day. I'll talk to you all soon.